Hey kids, it's Englentine here with Secret Empire number 9. Yep, this is still a thing for at least a few more weeks. I know we got issue number 10 and then that Omega thing. And then Legacy. No, it's Generations and Legacy. Anyway, I wish I saved comments. I really got to go through these things because there are some really good comments. And one of my favorite, and this is not verbatim because I don't remember precisely, but it went something like this. I really feel sorry for you when you have to review a book like this because it sounds like your soul is drained. It was something like that, and I read it. I thought, yeah, that was a good one. I like that. So anyway, I like the cover. It's not overblown. Most Secret Empire covers try to shove every hero of the Marvel Universe on them like they're drawn by frickin' George Lopez, but without the talent. So the book opens with Steve Rogers and Kubik, whatever her name is, which I thought was the Cosmic Cube come to life, which I thought, wasn't that the Cosmic Cube that got broken into shards? I don't know. I guess maybe I haven't been paying attention enough, or at least I just put it out of my head as soon as I read the book. That's actually a problem when you read as many books in a week as we do, so that might have been it. But I was just a little bit like, wait a second, is he in the Cosmic Cube that's been broken? And if so, is she still as powerful? What's the story here? There are more questions needing to be asked than Nick Spencer allowed to have answered, seemingly because he wanted to do the shock value with the Red Skull and all of that, rather than have any kind of hero progression. And we already learned that he's not really into character progression as the story goes. And we learned that with Captain America 25 and Secret Empire 8. Well, here we've got some good news and we got some bad news. Now, we'll do bad news first so we can end on a high note. The bad news is this is still written by Nick Spencer. The good news is there are colorists. Sonny Go with Dono Sanchez Alamara. I probably said that wrong. So the established shot puts us in Washington, D.C., and we see the SHIELD helicarrier with those stupid War of the World tentacles hanging down on him. I'm sorry, guys. I just can never get into these things. Can you imagine the cost of those tentacles? I mean, honestly, damn, that's got to be some expensive ships. I mean, how are they funding these things? Because you know the GDP is down because they just had a freaking military coup in the United States. So, however they are affording all of this is beyond me. So, Helmet comes in and he explains to Steve Rogers that he brought him a gift. And he brings in Black Panther with only his hands bound in his outfit, which we know is vibranium. And he begins to knock him around a bit. I'm thinking, okay, so where's the Black Panther that I've been reading for the last 40 years that would have freaking jump kicked them all and then tried to get out of there? Sure, he might have to fight Captain America, but he would at least try to fight. I swear to God, Nick Spencer's trying to pussify all of the Marvel characters just so he can make this story go on a little longer than it actually would have. He tells them to take the Black Panther away, and then they call in the delegation from Tien. We have Emma Frost, the Beast, and what looks like Sebastian Shaw. So that's enough power right there to basically bring everything down. But will they do it? Of course not, because you have to make everybody else look weak to make Hydra look strong. It was our last stand. The final battle. The war against Hydra. The war for the state of a nation. The war for establishing shots and segues. For art that shows motion and sequence. Something that we haven't seen in 9 issues. Could we ever hope? Could we ever dream that we had achieved this? And he led us, the Falcon. But it's not just the Falcon. He raided Steve's wardrobe. He found a half Falcon, half Captain America outfit. And now he's making us call him by Steve's name. It's kind of creepy, but we do it anyway. He shows us what a brilliant tactician he is by making the Flyers attack the Flyers and the people on the ground attack the ground forces. Nobody else could come up with that plan. And then for some reason, Luke Cage, who, if you look at the establishing shot before, was all the way across the battlefield from him, says something. It's not like we could hear him over here. But he says it anyway. And then Monica says something. But all we hear is because it's a freaking battlefield. Hey kids, we know what you want for Christmas. It's Run Like a Bitch Spider-Man from Marvel Legends. With 25 points of articulation, you can make Spider-Man run like a little bitch quicker than he ever could have thought of before. Does he have web shooters? No. Can he stick to walls? No. All he can do is run like a bitch. Comes with a pre-packaged Miles Morales to do all of Spider-Man's fighting for him. Don't forget to ask Mom and Dad for Christmas this year. Run like a bitch, Spider-Man. Okay, guys, seriously, I'm not going to run this into the ground like this. I'm just going to point out one big problem. Now, we're supposed to believe that Sam Wilson, because he put on Captain America's clothes, is some great tactician, right? Now, who's missing? Who's missing from this page? Because Spencer thinks he's writing this rousing speech about, and they came from all over the globe to defeat this evil. But seriously, who's missing? Do you see? Do you see? Just looking here? Let me give you a little hint. Yeah, sorry, Barf is not on the field, so Sam Wilson is a horrible leader. Right now, they should be showing him a picture of the Infinity Gauntlet, and this thing is over tomorrow. But since little Nicky surrounds himself with a whole bunch of yes men and he dismisses all criticism, trust me on that, he will never know that a Deus Ex Machina is not a good character. It's not anything good in a story. So anyway, we cut to inside where Emma Frost is talking to Captain America. Captain America saying, well, you turned your back on our deal. She's, no, we didn't. And then he says, what about that cosmic cube? And she gives it to him, but he says, we're going to attack you anyway. And Emma Frost says, I don't think so, because Magneto's here. And Magneto attacks the hell out of their ship. Let's face it, right now, guys, game over. That's it. You're in a big metal tin, kids. You're not going to be doing anything. Magneto owns you. You're done. Wrap it up. Thankfully, we can end Secret Empire right here. Magneto wins. So everybody goes for a tumble, even the Beast, who is agile and knows that the attack is coming. So does Emma Frost and everybody. And Captain America, they're saying, hey, get him out of there. And he says, no, I'm not running from a fight. And his people say, wait a second. We have most of the cube fragments. We can weaponize them. And he says, into what? Something we stole from Tony Stark's lab, which you know is going to be a suit of armor. And so Captain America leaves the battle. So little Nicky decides that he's going to try writing again. He gives us some of that rah-rah war dialogue. And so the war raged on. We fought with everything we had, so did they. Against the full might of their empire, we struggled as far as we had come. I get this creeped out vibe like little Nicky writes this while naked, covered in something, and really, really proud of himself for thinking deeply. We still stared defeat in the eye, but in the midst of all of this, a choice was being made, one that would turn the tide of battle. The Odin son had seen enough. No more. And even though I could easily have stopped you when you came to visit me in that pub that night, I say no more. Do you hear me, Rogers? No more compact, no more compromise. You shall not pass. Yeah, that was easy, but I went for it. I mean, you know, you saw it coming from a mile away. Insert fart joke here. Okay, in the only scene in this entire book that I will say is legitimately good, we have the Black Ant and Taskmaster talking about the fact that they heard the noise. He knows what that is. That's Thor's lightning. And it looks like with Thor there, they're going to lose the battle. So what are they going to do? Taskmaster says, well, I know what we're going to do. We're mercenaries. We're going to switch sides. So they decide to free the heroes they've got locked up. And they say, well, you know, we're going to let you out, but we don't want you to attack us first. And I like this because that, to me, are two characters in character. It's good. It's a good scene. 2 pages out of this entire book. Good for you, little Nicky. You did good. We're going to hang these on the fridge right over here by that picture of the rainbow that you drew in 5th grade. Okay, everybody, stop the war. Stop the war. Can we please get the 10-year-old off the battlefield, send her back home to Mom and Dad? Her parents are probably worried sick for her. Stop right here. Doesn't matter what else is going on. It is dumb to have Moon Girl involved in any of this. And next we have Vivian fix the Vision. Vision was given a virus, and she's like, hey, Daddy, come on over. I'll fix it if we just spread it around a little bit. And then the next few scenes involves Doctor Strange fighting the witch that took over Scarlet Witch. I forgot the name, and you can tell me in the comments, but in all honesty, I don't care. I wish I cared. I wish this was the kind of story for the past 8 issues, 9 now, that I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta know what's happening. But in all honesty, it's more of a curiosity anymore. So Jane Foster comes out and she saves Doctor Strange and then loses the hammer and turns back into Jane Foster. And possibly the second best moment is Doctor Strange is trying to find her help. And the reason why I say this and the Taskmaster was the first and second best moment of the book is because they're the only times that anybody acts like a human being. Seriously. The rest of the book is useless. Okay, so we cut back to the ship that Steve Rogers was on. And I would like you to take a look at this picture and think of, hey, what's wrong with this? Can you think? 5, 4, 3, 2. Didn't Magneto just turn this over? Where the freaking hell is Magneto? Apparently, Nick Spencer, in his infinite wisdom of writing, decided, you know what? I'm going to forget about the fact that Magneto was attacking and Emma Frost was on board and everybody was fighting. Instead, I remember I had Winter Soldier here, so let's have him jump down. Because the one who's really going to solve this isn't the most powerful mutant on the face of the planet. It's the Winter Soldier. What a freaking dumb... I swear to God, and you should I keep up bringing up the tweets, but oh my gosh, people just are on their knees to this man, and he makes decisions like this. Emma Frost and Magneto at that time should have called the full might of the X-Men. Not just the X-Men, but everyone on that damn island that wanted to come and help. See, after that, to me, this is all bullshit because they ignored the fact that this ship was on its side because of Magneto. And I read it 2 times. I did not see what happened to Magneto. He disappeared. Now, if you guys know something I don't, please. I am not flawless. I miss things sometimes. Sometimes because I'm looking so close, I miss the big picture. And I would love to know what I've missed there. And here we find out that Sharon wasn't exactly mind-controlled, and she heard Dr. Faust's voice many, many times, and so we can't... I'm thinking, you know what? Yeah, here's another guy that gets beat with headphones. Plug your ears. You're good. Anywho, you could tell at this point I lost interest. Once Magneto was out of the picture, this no longer became a thing. Once they didn't bring Barf to the battlefield, this wasn't a thing to me. I cannot begin to tell you how out of this story I am. Ever since they introduced Barf, I decided the story's done. They really can fix everything in the Marvel Universe because of this one character. It was silly to have the Civil War II be about some guy who saw the future, because they had people who could see the future before, but somebody who could barf up anything you needed, that would be somebody you would need on your side. Alrighty, so anyway, we join back up with Captain America. He finds the armor that they were talking about, and they put the Cosmic Cube into it. They make a deal by showing the Black Panthers looking on, but he's been absolutely useless throughout this entire thing. So maybe they're going to have him jump in and fight him, but to me it just makes no sense at this point. Then we cut back to basically they're in the Cosmic Cube again, and she starts telling Steve Rogers about his past life, how he was a soldier, the people he cared for, Sharon Carter, his adventures as Captain America, who he really was basically. And he starts to understand. And I'm thinking, okay, now this would be really good if Steve Rogers began to come back. See, Hydra would still be an operable army, but that's not the direction they took. So we cut to outside, and we see the ships overhead, and they're saying, hey, we took everything they got. Now it's our turn. And then Carl Danvers and Sam Wilson start talking, and they're talking about how they're fighting a war, but everybody is smiling. Now take a look at the faces on these characters here. Do they look like they've been through struggle? It looks like a Marvel hero. Hey, it's a war. It's fun. Yay. I mean, you know, it's just not that they don't look like they've been in any kind of battle at all. There are no casualties. I mean, heck, even in Secret War 1, 30 years ago, Colossus got knocked out of the field for a while. So in the midst of the battle, somehow Black Panther got out of the stronghold he was in, comes running out and tells everybody to run as there's a white light that flashes over everybody. And all I can think of is, what, are you telling me that they didn't stop him? They couldn't stop Black Panther from getting out, especially if he was that close behind him? Because apparently we're supposed to be really afraid of Captain America in his Cosmic Cube Iron Man suit. But if he was that close, Captain America could have saw him and done something so he wouldn't have warned him. But it's not like he had enough time to warn him to do anything anyway. And that is the entire story. I don't know what to say. It's more of the same. Seriously. You got poor writing. The art is better and the colors are definitely better. I mean, this is possibly the best issue since Zero, but we're still talking about a crap issue. Scenes were written, I swear, because he thought, oh, that would be cool, instead of what serves the narrative. Major villains like Magneto appear and disappear. Thor shows up like a Deus Ex Machina, and then you don't see him again. And it's just one of the big problems. Black Panther just stands there, takes it. Oh, yeah, well, now, okay, I'm going to give that to him. You could say that he was biding his time for the best shot, and he took it when he had it. So, okay, I'm going to give that one a pass. I can understand that. I'll take that one back. But the other ones stand. This is a poorly written story. It's a poorly written book, and all this book serves is to show that Sam Wilson should be Captain America, and they could have done that in one issue instead of 10. Instead, this book is a whole bunch of missed opportunities, a whole bunch of dropped threads. It's a mess, and it always has been. Anyway, that's my opinion. What's yours? Did you like this book? Let me know why in the comments below. Like I said, I'm not flawless, and everybody's got an opinion. So put it down there. Let's hear it. And also, if you haven't already done this, and everybody's heard this drill already, click like, share. Don't forget to hit subscribe and that notification bell so you don't miss anything. Also, if you don't mind helping us make these videos, go over to Patreon or VidMe. Drop $1 in the till. We certainly appreciate it. We thank you, everybody who's done that. And to everyone, thank you very, very much for watching.